Yo, what up? What up? DMR, how you doing? How you doing? Fluidity. Yo, what up? How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. The market is open. No, the market's not open right now. I was just gonna do some like back testing and just kind of answering questions today and just practice pretty much because I'm still working on the kind of my setups and stuff also. So since the markets are closed, I was probably gonna be looking at Bitcoin, which is this one right here. But yeah, I'm gonna get some back testing in and possibly do some simulator, depending on see if I can get the simulator going and stuff. But yeah, I was planning on maybe possibly running our little 3-piece idea and stuff like that through a simulator and seeing what happens and stuff like that. Yo, what up, Zion? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Just getting started right now. I'm good, bro. Enjoy my profits for the week. Exactly, Fluidity. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Now you do the same thing next week. Whatever you did this week, do the same exact thing next week. You'll be good. So yeah. Yo, what up, Jay Emperor? Like I was just telling everybody, we're just gonna do a little bit of back testing today. Kind of looking at Bitcoin just because it's the only one really open right now, even though it'll probably be ranging and stuff, but we could still use it for, you know, some back testing, maybe on the minute chart just to see how candles open and things like that. But yeah, like I said, I just really want to just get some back tests, get as many reps as we can, get ready for this next coming few days, because the more reps we get in now, the better it's going to be when we actually start. So but yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'm just kind of going over a few things. And Zion, if you have any questions, feel free to ask here, because I know I was going to help you out as much as I can. If you have any questions, Zion, let me know. All right. Hold on, let me hit this greenery real quick. All right, guys. So I'm not sure how many of you guys are in here, but if you guys wouldn't mind liking it for me, let's see how many likes we could get on a Saturday. We're just gonna do some back testing, so we'll see right now how we do. We got 9 people watching right now. We got 2 likes, so make sure you guys like it up. Let's get it going. Yo, bro, SNR lines start from weekly, then 4 hour. Okay, yeah, perfect. We'll start with that. All right, so oops. All right, so what we kind of do by looking previous support and resistance, yeah. All right, so look at this is kind of how we do our analysis. We always start from the beginning. So what we usually do, we go to the monthly time frame, and then we also try to find zones on the monthly just to see where we could be heading and things like that. So that looks like a zone right here, right there, and there's possibly one right here to come down this way, maybe even down to this point, but I think we could use this one because it's the monthly. So like I said, is that we use these zones pretty much just to find out where we're heading. Had we closed above this line, we know we would probably be going up to these wicks of these top candles, or just the next resistance, which would be depending on how far we would have to go back. But I don't know if I have that many candles for that, but this is on because it's on the monthly. But yeah, so like I'm saying, if we close above here, that lets us know that we're strong enough to continue up. So since we closed inside of here, most likely what usually happens is we fill the range all the way down and make a decision either to continue up or to hit this line and continue down. But yeah, so like I said, we do this, try to find our area. So like I said, we're closing back into this underneath this line, so that usually indicates, and there's another kind of support right there, you could kind of say, because of this guy. So until we break this line right here, it's gonna look like we're gonna continue bouncing like that. But yeah, like I said, this is mainly just to get your idea of where we could be heading in the upcoming month, you know. So But yeah, so let's see. So from the monthly, then we just go to the, like I said, we get our main idea. The monthly is bearish, so we'll go to the weekly after, and then we just do the same thing on the weekly, just the same exact thing. Try to find our areas of where we're at. And like I said, what I like to do is this one stays underneath the line. This one is underneath it, and if you do notice, this one did come above it. I could put the line like that, but the reason why I don't is because this is considered a fake out. So it would be considered a fake out if you have it right here, respecting, and then the fake out is what's sticking out, but that lets us know that it is a fake out because it would have stayed above that line had it not been. All right, so then we find a support somewhere. You could kind of say something like that, because also the only lines that stick out, if you notice, pretty much like those ones into here, fake out. This is a little fake out. So there's probably another range like right here or something. Yeah, look, fake out. All of those are fake outs. So yeah, like I said, you just try to find the ranges. One of the key things that I realized how to find a range is understanding that this is how the range starts. So you go from green to red. So you see how these two candles are green and red? That lets you know you have a resistance. So from there, continuing down, if you notice, all of those candles are red. So until we hit green, that's how you know this is a range. So from here to here is the range. So that's how you're able to find it usually, is from green to red. That lets you know that's resistance. And then from red to green, that lets you know that's support. And like I said, as long as these are still the same exact color, these are all just a range, because we didn't get no stoppage until we hit that. So that lets us know that's a range. And then you can also say, look, this is a range right here. This is a range right here. But the thing is you can't really use every single range like that. So what you kind of got to do is take the biggest one, you know, which will probably be like that. Even though that one did go underneath it, but look at where we got the retest and then came down. So that lets you know this is a range right here. So if this is a range, then that would confirm that this is a range right here, because look at, we got the red, we turned to green, and then green to red to green, and then we came up and then green to red. So that's how I was able to find, that's how you're able to find those ranges. So just like I said, then like I said, you go down to the next range, find your area right here. Why? Because we got support here, things like that. And then you put another one like right here, something like that. Or I mean, or you could even remove that one and leave it like that, like this maybe, yeah. So like I said, because this is a range right here, that is a range. But like I said, it has to match up with the other ones also. Like I said, if you put a range right here because you think of it, but if you look to the left and it cuts through a bunch of all these other candles, then you know that's not probably a solid range. So you want to put the range where you're also going to get respect at other levels. So like this support, you get resistance and stuff. This one did come up, but if you notice, it touched the next range before coming down. So that's kind of how I find that range for that. Okay, so like I said, then you kind of just get the same idea. Okay, where are we headed? Okay, we actually closed underneath here, right? But we never came below it. So now we're back into this range. So what will most likely happen is we'll probably touch this. Same thing like here. Last time we came up, there's a good chance that we come up. But it's going to be depending on what this candle, it's going to be depending, sorry, how this candle closes. All right, but yeah, like I said, that's the weekly. So let's go to the daily now. Do the same thing on the daily. You just try to find your areas and find important levels, like where you think we should be heading and things like that. You could start at the bottom, because this one's a little like up here, it's kind of far, so we're kind of down here. And then you go to the daily. Then you kind of, like I said, you go right here to this support right here. If you notice, we have this support and go to that. And then same thing over here, we kind of came over here. And this is kind of respecting it. So what you kind of would want to do is, you know, maybe zoom in just a little bit and try to get them as touching as best possible. You know, and only thing that would stick out is maybe a fake out or something. You know what I mean? Like this is good because that's a fake out. That's a fake out. This is support, 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 fake out, fake out. So that's all right. So that would be an important level. So this is on the daily. mean, we could possibly even find another support, something like this right here. So you can kind of see this is where we're at right now in this range. So we're staying above that. So either these are only two options it could do. So yeah, I'm just trying to find like the best ranges that you would want to be in. You would probably want to be in that right there, and then something like right here probably. Like I said, it's gonna take practice. You just got to keep trying. Like I said, when you do your lines, just look left. You see how this is respecting? Look at respecting right here, respecting, and then above it is respecting, and below it respecting and respecting. So that's how you kind of know that these are good lines. And then yeah, so like I said, now if you notice, we're right in the middle of a range, and that's why I say, guys, you guys don't want to trade inside of the middle of that. We're either gonna take it from here or we're gonna take it from the bottom up. That's what we're looking for. Okay, and then you go to the 4 hour, do the same thing on the 4 hour. So we're kind of in the middle of the range for that. Let's go to the 4 hour now. And then you do the same thing on the 4 hour. You find your ranges, kind of something like that. You know, there's a looks like a range right there, possibly a range like that. You don't want to do too many lines also. That's the thing too, is that you don't want to do too many lines. You don't want to crowd up the page. You kind of just want it to look as clean as possible. But like I said, you also don't want to not do it close enough. Like you don't want to do it way down here and then you miss all these ranges in the middle and stuff. But yeah, just you got to find where the areas have the best ranges, the most respected, things like that. And like I said, the way I kind of do it too is you kind of want to start from the right and go left, because this is the most current stuff. So I guess the most current is the most respected currently. Obviously older ones are going to be important, but the thing is you kind of could work off of the start of it, and then when you working your way back this way, you just adjust the lines to where you kind of need it. So I see kind of something like that. I mean, like I said, you want to find the best ranges. Just gotta keep testing. Yeah, I mean, I could see that being good, because like we just came down like that, then we came up, and then when, like I said, we came support, came up, came back, retested. So yeah, those kind of look like good lines like that. All right, so that'll be kind of that area, and then we could kind of do another line. I'll move this one right here, something like that. Yeah. Andreas, man, this is great stuff. Thank you for the lessons on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Hey man, thank you, Andreas, for the nice words. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's what I plan on doing, hopefully every Saturday if I can. Well, I will make a time, it just depends on what time, but I do plan on being able to, you know, get some reps in on the weekend, just fine-tuning some things, and, you know, just really trying to get ready for the week. You know, if we take a few days off, it's okay if you already got your strategy down, give your brain a rest and stuff like that. But I believe if you don't got it down yet, you just got to keep pushing every single day till you hit that point, and then you can rest. You know, right now we can't rest yet because we're not where we want to be yet. So like I said, the days that other people are taking off today, we're getting more reps in. Now we're going to be one more day ahead. So somebody who's sleeping, we get one day ahead of them. And then now next weekend when they sleep again, now we're 2 days ahead of them. And we're just week after week, we just adding days and separating ourselves from the competition, kind of. That's how I see it. So the more reps, the better. But I appreciate you guys for watching and just joining me today. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's what I'm going to be pretty much streaming for, so we could answer as many questions and anything like that from, you know, if I know it, I'll share it. So just let me know. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys haven't hit that like and subscribe, hit that like and subscribe. And we also have our Instagram and our Discord in the description. So if you guys want to join those things and get updates when I go live and things like that, feel free to join our Discord or our Instagram, and I appreciate it. But yeah, let me get back to this real fast. All right, so like I was saying, guys, is that we find our support and resistance on the 4 hour, right? So now what I usually do is I leave my lines there on the 4 hour, and then I switch to the 1 hour. And then this is the 1 hour where I really start to fine tune my lines. I don't put new ones, I just fine tune them to make sure they're exactly where I would want them at. You know, if I see any zones that might need that have more respect than others or something like that, I might move it, you know. So it's definitely important. So like I said, look at my line was originally somewhere down here, but if you notice, there's kind of getting a little cut off and stuff. So what I would probably do is move it in this area, because why? Look at, we have a nice little support here. We have a nice little support there, a little support there. We have a little support respecting it. This area is respecting it here. And we got this support here, and we got that resistance there. So just that one line itself is what was able to split all of those areas so you can understand where the range is at. So that's what you really want to be doing. You don't want your line to be like this over these guys above it and like that. You want the most touches on your line itself. And that's how you know that line is respected. And just by me adjusting those lines, when I go over here to the right, back to where we currently are at, most likely they're going to be lined up. See, so now we know. I mean, we could easily move the line and put it back up here, but like I'm saying, look at how it's not getting as much respect and stuff. So, which is also explaining why these bottom wicks right here, look, oops. If you notice these bottom wicks, look, perfect touch off the line, respecting, 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 respecting. All of these wicks never had power to even break that line. So that's how we know that line is definitely respected. Let me just remove these. Help me. Hello, how you doing? Bro, can you show on other currency how to identify mark, support, and resistance level? Because it's kind of hard. Yes, help me. This is the exact same way you would do it on any other chart, bro. Just remember, the way I'm reading these candles, if the only difference is the name. The only difference is the name. The candles look the same. Any other pair doesn't have a different candle. They're all the same type of candles, but it's just, like I said, it's just don't worry about the name I'm trading. Just try to understand why I'm putting a line here, why I'm moving a line here. Like I said, I'm not doing a line so you could just copy my lines. I'm trying to show you lines so that way you understand how to do your own lines when it's your time to go. Hello, Russell, how you doing? But yeah, like I said, help me. This whole stream, I'm explaining that. So if you have questions, feel free to rewind it and see what I was explaining. But like I said, don't worry about the pair itself. Just try to understand why I'm putting the line there and things like that. That's what's important. Because like I said, if you don't look at the name up here, if you don't look at this name up here that says gold, how you wouldn't even be able to tell which pair I'm trading besides the price or like the name itself. These candles look the exact same across all markets. So like I said, the importance is just understanding how to read the market. But yes, like I was saying, okay, so now that I have those lines for the bottom one, right? So now the bottom one is there. So the next one is going to be on the resistance up here. Now, if you kind of notice up here, we do have, we have a little support there. We have a fake out there, and we also have a fake out here. For sure, help me. That's what I'm here for. Like I said, just pay attention right now. And like I said, understand the candles are all the same on all markets. It's just the different name itself. They might move a little bit different, but that's also comes with experience. You need to understand how it moves. But me setting up lines is all the same. Just understand why I'm putting the lines there, okay? But yeah, so like I said, now we need to adjust this top line. So since this one is kind of getting, it could be a fake out, but the thing is if I just were to move it maybe a little bit more, maybe like I could even maybe do that, and now we got support with both of those. We have this fake out, but then also now this could be the fake out over here, which is kind of like this right here. So this would be a fake out like that. So that will kind of be our line. So now I could even maybe move this guy back down to where like these kind of areas get respected. This gets respected, this gets respected, that gets respected. And if you were to notice, like you could kind of tell it's a good line also, because you see how this big move got split right in half. Got split right in half by that line, and then everything stayed underneath it. So that's also a good way of understanding this is a good line too, because this line this candle won't break the line unless it's actually going underneath this zone and stuff. So like let's say your line happened to be like right here, and then you notice this big move pretty much is right at that line. I don't think that would be a good line, because there's a reason why. Like I said, it needs to look like it broke through, like a breakout in a sense, so it doesn't have to, but that's just kind of my idea of reason why I do certain lines and stuff. So yeah, look at now when you look left, I mean it's clean traffic over here. It's all clean traffic, so it's a little bit easier. But like I said, now you got these respected. Okay. Okay, 1928, is there also a support? 1928, like you maybe something like this. You say 28. Well, you could, okay, you're saying like that, right? That could be right. But let me switch this line into a dotted line real quick, and then let's look left. Yeah, that could be one also. Yeah, 1928 could definitely be that. But then this is where I say when you look to the right, I mean, like I said, 1928, it cuts through that, which is correct. But if you could get the line to respect all three of them, like just put it at the most recent high, because this is the most recent high. So like I was saying, is the most, like the resistance that just happened right now, which is this one technically, is the one that just got respected. So this one is also respected, but it's also under the respect of that one also. So that's why I say too. So like I said, I'm on the hourly now. So now when I switch it to the 30-minute, you're gonna see, look at now when I, like, let's say I were to put that line out down to 28, look at where this is kind of like, and depending on what 28 you're talking about, you're talking about 28.9, 28.6, and depending on where you're talking about, you know, like you wouldn't like to see this like that. You will, this is a little fake out kind of, but then up here it's really not getting respected. All of these wicks right here closed above that line, or went above that line. So that's why I would say use the most recent high, which will probably be this guy, this one right here, and then you look to your left, then you got respect here, you got respect here, and then when you go from the top up, you do have that respect, and then you have all of these wicks right here that are respecting that line also. So that's how you kind of know of that one. So yeah, now I'm on the 30. So now I would do the same exact thing, adjust my lines again. If I need to adjust them a certain way, do it. This is one thing right here that is a little bit confusing kind of. So you see there's a fake out here, but if you look to the left, this is like it's a fake out down first, and then a fake out back up, and then back down. So it's like a weird kind of thing. So what you gotta kind of determine is where would you need to put your line. So when you kind of just move it, let's say the resistance somewhere like that, like let's say the support there, that could easily be the support, because this is a range, because like I was saying earlier, if you notice red, green, that's the support, and then you came up to here, green, red, that's the resistance. So now you know this is a range right here. That's a good chance that we could keep those lines like that. And then when you go over here, you could also be like, oh, it's kind of breaking either above it or below it. But if you kind of put the line a little bit underneath there, now that's a support for that red candle. So if you notice, we broke above it, we found support, and then we continued up. And then when we broke down, and then look at where this candle does. It breaks right through that candle, which kind of gives us that idea of like, yeah, this is a breakthrough, an important level, compared to like if the line was right here. Like I said, this red candle is getting split pretty much by this red candle. It doesn't really look like that, because when you're trading for a breakout, the breakout is the candle that breaks through the line, and that's where I say this line going through it. So like I said, you just got to trial and error. Eventually you'll get it. Hi, I think I found the 3-piece at 12:15 on the 15-minute time frame and 14:47 on the 1-minute time frame. Didn't take the opportunity back then, wasn't really focused yet on this setup. Yeah, no, it's all right, Bupon. One important thing is being able to identify it, because the thing is, it's always easy to identify it when you look backwards and you know it's already played out, and then you could be like, oh man, this is why it works. But then the hard part is doing it live in the moment. So if you're able to identify it from previous areas, what that does is just give you the confidence that, okay, it does work. So now when you're taking it live, you don't have to really think about it, just because you've seen it so many times play out that you know it should play out. Now it's not 100% thing. This is not 100% thing, guys. This is what you guys also have to remember. I'm not perfect either, but the thing is what makes me a little bit better as a trader is the discipline. It's just understanding that I need to follow my plays. Anytime that I've lost in the last month or so, it was because of undiscipline. It wasn't because of the strategy. Every single time I would take a loss, it was because and the thing is there were small losses, but the thing is it was all because of emotion. I got into drawdown, and then I get out of the trade because I'm like, okay, I'll get it in a better position, and then eventually it goes and hits my break-even mark, possibly even into profit if I would have just waited and stuck to the plan. So then that's what gave me the real discipline to really just say, all right, I just have to trust that this is gonna work. I can't keep guessing it, because the reason why we guess if it's gonna work or not, and we're not sure, is because you haven't done it enough. So if you ever get into a trade and you're wondering, dang, why? I don't know if I should get in. I don't know if I should do that. Like I'm worried. I don't know. That right there is telling you that you haven't back tested enough to understand that that if it works or not. So that's where I'm saying you have to be in the moment. You have to be able to point that out when you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, like, oh, I don't know if I should take it. I don't know. That right there is your indicator. Don't take the trade, because you obviously don't have enough confidence in the setup, or else you would go into it without even having to worry about it. So yes, sir, greedy is called betting and following zones is called business. You are right. That's exactly that's a good example. Help me. Yeah, like he said, being greedy is called betting and following zones is called business. Exactly. Staying disciplined is business. Running off emotions, getting into a trade off emotions is betting. You're gambling. Because like I said, what happens when you're on a blackjack table or you're on the roulette table and you have $100 on black or you have it $100 on red? You've never put practice into understanding which one is going to have a higher probability. You just put your money down and then you kind of just bet. And then that's when you realize your emotions, how crazy your emotions are. Oh, dang, until that ball drops on red or black, your heart is pumping. And the more money you put on it, the more your heart's going to pump. So that's the same thing with trading, is that if your heart is pumping while you're getting into a trade, that should be your indicator. Don't get into a trade because you obviously haven't back tested enough to be confident in your setup. If you were really confident in your setup, you wouldn't be so emotional getting into it. But yes, help me for real, bro. Working on my discipline to stick to the plan. Yes, Bupon. That's where I'm saying is that it came to a point with me. I got tired. Like, what would make me the most mad is I would get into a trade and I would get out because of emotion, and then it ends up playing out exactly how I envisioned it. So that's why I really just decided, all right, nowhere in your plan did it ever say get out if you're emotional. Nowhere in my plan ever said that. So the fact that I did that went against my whole plan to begin with. And that's what I was able to point out. There's my problem. I just need to pretty much submit to your strategy. You just need to you're either going to win by your strategy or you're going to die by your strategy, because it's also, you're going to die by just gambling anyways. So the thing is like the emotional part just has to remove. But like I said, if you're emotionless getting into trades and still losing, then it's your strategy also. But then that's where I'm saying is if you understand that your strategy does work and what you're doing does work, you won't get into a trade worried because you kind of already know what's going to happen. And like I said, nobody's 100%, but the thing is the goal is to try to eliminate those few losses and then just keep the win streak continuing, keeping the winners big and the losers small. And that's the goal. Don't over leverage and things like that. And like I said, don't think we're going to hit 100 pips every single trade. We're going to try to go for 5 to 10 pips. Who cares? But the thing is eventually, like Don says, if we keep cracking at the rock, eventually it's going to break. And one of those breaks are going to be when we take the trade at the very bottom. Let's say like we take it at the very bottom and we ride it all the way to the top for 100 plus pips. But that's where I say is that's like I said, we just got to keep cracking at the rock. We hit here, 10 pips, forget it. Okay, we'll take it. Hit here, 10 pips. Okay, we'll take it. Hit here, 10 pips. Okay, and then we finally hit here, and then we hit 40 pips or 50 pips or something crazy. And it's like, see, that's what it was about, being able to chip away at it, and eventually we're going to hit that rock. Because like I said, you can't hit 100 pips in these zones, so you have to be grateful for what you could grab. And let's say you do get a 10 a pip, just be grateful for it, because eventually you will catch this move to come down for 100 pips. Eventually you'll catch this move going up for 100 pips, and that's what's important. I added no take entry into the middle of the range on my Sirius account. Good job, Bupon. That's how you do it. And like I said, understand, use your previous examples of taking trades in the middle of a range as your proof that it, you know, as that is confirmation that you shouldn't be taking those in the ranges. And if the few times you lost, look at where the losses came at. Was it in middle range, top of the range, bottom? Were you in a bull trend, downtrend? It doesn't matter, but it's just like, that's how you look back. You use your losses to figure out, okay, why did I lose here? Oh, it was in the middle of the range. Now I know not to do that. And then why did I close here? Why did I do this? And you just got to keep answering your questions, but you're only going to be able to answer your questions from experience, and that's going to be you guys experiencing all of this. All right, but yeah, let me get back to this analysis real quick. Yeah, I also hate it to enter in the mid-range. Sometimes it makes you hold for a damn day. Exactly, player. We don't want to be holding too long. So true. It's what happens to me. I noticed this week. So now that rule I added to my plan. Good job, Bupon. That's how we get better. You see how you added that plan? Now one day you didn't have that part of your plan. Now it's part of your plan. So now what's important is now that you stick to that part of your plan, and then when you run into another problem in your trading, you fix it again. And then you add that problem that you fixed also to not trading in the middle of the range, and before you know it, after 6 months, you have a bunch of problems you solved, and now you just created your own strategy. And that's how it is. That's how you create your strategy. Like I said, you can't create it in one day. It's going to take a lot of trial and experience and stuff like that. So just keep at it. Don't give up. And like I said, if you feel like you've gotten better since last week, just imagine you give yourself 6 more months. You know, that 24 more weeks. Imagine how much better you could get in 24 weeks, you know. So like I said, and this is why too I believe this little idea that I was kind of coming up with, the 3-piece and stuff, is really going to be able to give you guys an opportunity to understand how the markets are working, and just be able to read price action a little better and stuff. So, but like I said, it takes practice. This is why I'm here today. I'm not here because I want to hang out and just not do nothing. I mean, I wish I could, but I'm not where I want to be yet. So we got to keep pushing. I'm even wondering if I could move it there. Like I said, now that I'm on the 30-minute, I went from the 1 hour, and now we're going to the 30-minute. And now on the 30-minute, you're going to see a whole bunch of other zones possibly pop open, and you might need to adjust it. Like I said, you could either keep it here, or you could maybe even figure out maybe come here. Because look at, now we got this respect, we got that respect, and we have this little respect here. We got this little fake out and that respect and a little breakthrough, and then this big one could be considered the fake out up to come back down. So like I said, you kind of just keep adjusting them as you go, and you work your way down. And then you could even say this is possibly a range right here, but then you would want to make sure, like I said, make sure your lines are pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, something. I mean, I could even do it like that maybe, but I want a little bit better. Or even put it like that. Yeah, something like that. That looks a little better like that. And the reason why is because this could be a fake out, and then this one is a little fake out. Yeah, and if you guys are enjoying it, just make sure you hit that like button for me. Let's get this video out to a little bit more new traders that maybe want to get some reps in today. Yeah, after my day trade, I look what went good and what went wrong. Exactly, Bupon. That's how you get better every single day. Because the thing is after the trade happened, it's almost like you understand, like because you could pretty much tell yourself when it goes wrong, you're like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have got into that trade. It's always like you knew it, not saying you in particular, but just in general, it's like, it's always like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have gotten into that trade. But the thing is the important part is trying to be able to understand, knowing it before you get into it. So after you lose a trade, you're like, dang, I knew I shouldn't have got in there. Then you work on that, and then you remember that, and then you put it towards your next trade and stuff like that. Hey, David Johnson. Hey, first time here. What strat are you using? I kind of just using my own strategy. But yeah, thank you for joining us, Johnson. Make sure you subscribe. And like I said, we trade pretty much almost every single day, live stream. And but yeah, the strategy I use is I learned it from this guy named Don Vo. So let me show you. This is your lucky day, David. I'm gonna show you my favorite trader of all time, and this is who I learned from. All right. So remember this name right here, and maybe even search him up when you have a chance. But the strategy I use is called the Don Vo strategy, which is this strategy that he pretty much came up with. And obviously I'm kind of making it into my own type of thing, but it's also like, oh wait, oh, that's fine. So yeah, like I followed this guy for about a year, and then I finally started streaming after I figured a lot of it out. But this guy right here was the guy that showed me how to stream, or how to stream and trade. So yeah, this is the strategy I use. But like I said, I'm just right now kind of going over helping a few people find support and resistance and stuff like that, and things like that. Just trying to get better a little bit, doing some practice runs and stuff. But yeah, Johnson, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be glad to show you. Do you know when BTC USD has volume in weekends? Yesterday when I checked, it was frozen. Haven't checked again. Well, actually, I was looking at Bitcoin right now, so we could test a few things once I get done analyzing that gold. But yeah, it's kind of if you kind of see, we're just ranging in this area. So what I'm hoping will happen is we either start to break out, because what usually happens is when you have a sideways movement like this, all that is just building up, building to either go up or to finally come down. But yeah, could have caught that trade, brother. Wait, Friday. Yeah. Which one are you talking about, Fluid? Caught the first piece up to 29, but doubt it coming back. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the one on gold, right? Was that the one you was talking about? But I posted in the Discord, I caught the move going again, holding over the weekend. Oh yeah, I remember that. Bupon, some of the bad trade you notice directly why went wrong, but others you need multiple bad ones before you notice. So yeah, 1% every day. Yes, exactly. How much did you make the last few months? Johnson, that doesn't matter right there, because whatever I made, I'm gonna spend it. You're not gonna spend none of it, so it technically doesn't really matter. But if you have a question about trading, if you don't know how to do something with trading, we could talk about that. Like I said, ask questions that are gonna make you a better trader. I understand, but like I said, I could tell you, but it doesn't really matter. But I mean, I understand you don't mean harm by your question, but it's just like I said, if I answer these questions every single day, it'll be like, what's the point? I might as well just show my account in a sense, But this is kind of why I'm not showing my account, for this reason. I'm trying to build my account, and eventually I might, but like I said, I'm really focusing on learning how to trade, getting better at trading and stuff like that. The profits are always going to come. So, and like I said, I do live trading on live. So if you can, like I said, tune in and you can watch the live trading and see how I do and stuff like that. So if you ever have questions like that, that'll hopefully answer those kind of questions, because I understand you want to see if I'm profitable or not, if it's going to be worth it for you to stay, if it's that. But like I said, there's a million traders out there, so there's a million different strategies. So it's like you got to eventually at one point figure out what strategy you want to do for yourself, and it doesn't matter, because everybody is profitable, but what strategy are you going to decide, So instead of trying to figure out who has the best percentage, who makes the most money, so you could copy whoever makes the most money, understand you need to learn how to trade. You can't just copy somebody's strategy because they're 100% profitable or something like that. So the important part is just learning the strategy, and that's what we're really here for today, is just to get better at learning how to trade figuring out zones and ranges and things like that. So like I said, that's what's important. You got to learn before you earn. So if you're worrying about percentage right now, focus on the strategy and the percentage will come. And like I said, the guy Don Vo, the guy I learned from, like I said, if you really want to check the strategy I know, he has all of it documented. He turned $100,000 account into $900,000. So if that is what you're looking for, then yes, this is the guy you want to follow for strategy. But like I said, that part don't matter, because what he makes is what he makes. If I don't know how to do his strategy, then I don't make any percentage anyways, so that's why it's important to try to learn the strategy. All right, yep, but let me get back to this. So now we're on the 30-minute, okay? So if you guys kind of see this, there is a little range right here. Like, if this is a range, this could be another range up here. So we could put that line there. And now we're on the 30. And if you kind of look, everything kind of needs to match up. Like if you kind of see over here to the left, this is kind of underneath it. But when you go to this over here, this is where it's kind of getting a little choppy. So you kind of want to just adjust your line a little bit, maybe just so you can find the best area. It just depends. Definitely going to depend. Maybe like that, because you could kind of see because look, this is what I see right here. Okay, we have this is a fake out kind of. This is a fake out. This is the support. And then this is a fake out going up. And then this is the resistance right there, those two candles. And then this is a fake out going up. And then we have this resistance right there. And then this is also kind of a fake out back into the range, fake out back into the range. So you kind of just, like I said, it's going to take trial and error, but the focus is important, is trying to find the areas that match everywhere. Like you see how now all of these are inside of there, right? It's still respecting all of those. And then at this point, they're pretty much respecting all of those. David, right now I don't have mentor courses, but the thing is I'm working on doing those fairly soon. But what I am offering right now is just pretty much free live streams, and everything that I learned myself through watching Don Vo and stuff like that, I could share for you guys, But if you really want to pay for courses, I would recommend this guy right here. There's a website. I'm going to show you the website right now. I'm going to type it in the comments for you, but I'll show it. controllerfx.com, and this is the website if you're really interested in buying a course, because I don't want to sell you a course just yet, because like I said, I'm still working on a few things myself before I get it ready. But this guy I could vouch for, and I do understand that he adds a lot of value, because I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for this guy. So this is why I do recommend him any chance I get. So if you do want to pay for a course and really focus on getting some, David, it's called bitmesone because I used to trade Bitcoin, and I also was trying to think of a way to say I want Bitcoin, like pretty much trying to say I want some Bitcoin in a way that was like a screen name, so it made sense. But long story short, it just kind of, I turned a whole sentence into bitmesone, meaning Bitcoin, like I want some Bitcoin. Pretty much me is I, some is I want some, and then bit is coin. So it's kind of a little play on a few words. But yeah, that's kind of was my thinking about it. I just, like I said, I didn't want to make a whole sentence as a screen name, so I was kind of, how could I figure it out? But I still trade Bitcoin, but like I said, lately because of Don Vo, the guy I follow, he's the one that pretty much put me onto gold. So but yeah, I appreciate it. It's a little clever. But yeah, that's kind of how I came up with it. It was kind of just a random thought too. I was just thinking of a name, like how can I do it? And I also didn't want my name to be something big, like Bitcoin trader or Bitcoin this or Bitcoin that. Like, everybody has it like that. Oh yeah, and Johnson. But yeah, this is where I would suggest, if you're looking for courses, this is what I suggest. If you don't want to pay for anything, join his live streams. Also join his live streams every morning for free analysis, and he gives out free signals on YouTube. So if you need free signals, this guy is the one you definitely want to be watching, because every morning he's on New York session, and he does live streams for and he gives out free signals and stuff. So if you want signals and things like that for free, you just have to show up. If you want to learn from me for free, you just have to show up. But if you let's say you don't have that time to really spend, he looks like a kid, bro, but he's 23 years old. But the thing is his account, he grew his account from $100,000 to $900,000, like a grown up. He got some real man money. And he's already passed a millionaire, all on live stream. This is where I'm saying, though, he does it all on live stream. He has 75,000 subscribers. You know, the proof is there. If he wasn't successful, people wouldn't be following him and stuff, and I wouldn't be recommending him. So that's what I'm saying, though, is that I've actually watched it from 100,000 all the way to 900,000 in 1 year. So I know for sure he's legit. Like I said, I watched it with my own two eyes on live stream, which nobody else does. The thing is if you notice on Instagram, they're posting the trades after they win, never during while they're in the trade like he does, you know. So that's one thing that, if you have questions, David, feel free to join his live stream while he's live and see what he's about before you buy anything. Like I said, you don't have to buy nothing. He's not selling courses like that. I'm the one selling his course. I'm trying to offer it to you if you really want to buy something. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't want to pay for nothing, don't pay for anything. Just show up to his live streams every morning and watch what he does every morning, and you'll see. Because every morning I'm in his live streams watching him. So like I said, I'm learning every single day from him, and he's a great trader. And like I said, age doesn't matter. It's about experience. Because you could be 40, 50 years old and never traded a day in your life, but him being 23 years old, he's been trading for 5 years. So age doesn't matter. It's about experience, and he has experience. He has over 5 years of experience. He's said he's been profitable for over 3 years already. So this is his best year he's been. So like I said, don't take my word for it. Just show up to his live streams and let him prove to you that he's the real deal. Like I said, that's what I would suggest. And like I said, don't pay for nothing yet. Go watch his live streams for free. That's one thing. He offers it for free, gives out free signals, and you could see how many people. Let's see. That's interesting, man. How long does it take to make money? It takes a long time. I don't know about this kid. I learned from someone called ICT, and he's been trading for 30 years. Yes, David. There's this guy I see on YouTube. If you notice his screen, look at what his thing is. It's called ICT, but this is not ICT concepts. This is ICT is. But the thing is about Johnson, if you learn from ICT, have you learned anything so it could be profitable is the thing. And if you're not profitable using ICT yet, then it doesn't matter how long he's been trading, you know. I mean, I know ICT is legit, but it's because he came up with the idea and he understands how to trade it. For somebody who doesn't know about it, it's hard to try to understand it. But that's where I say it's just like any strategy. You have to put some time and effort into it. You can't just learn it in one day, you know. So it's real important. But David, you do what you like. Whoever you think, if you think older people know more, and I'm like ICT, he's the best, or he's one of the most popular traders. Oh, that's good. See, Johnson. So if you're making 10% a month doing ICT, if it's not broke, don't fix it. There should be no reason you should be looking for another strategy, because 10% on $100 is the same thing as if 10% on 100,000. So if you want more money, you just have to trade with more money, because if you're able to make 10%, then 10% on 100,000 is 10,000. 10% on 100 is only $10. So the 10% is 10%. It doesn't matter where you get it from, as long as you can make that 10%, collect the 10%, and just start raising your money now. You don't need to have 100%, because the reason why you would want 100% is because you only want to trade 500. No, I'm just saying, but that's good, Johnson, 200,000. So what I would suggest is, why buy a course if you're already profitable, you know? So don't switch strategies. If you already understand ICT, you spent a lot of time trading ICT, don't switch up. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And like I said, there's a million different ways to get into a trade. There's a million different ways to get out of a trade. The important part is as long as it makes money. Because when you go and shop at the store, they don't ask, do you trade Don Vo strategy or do you trade ICT? They don't ask that. They ask credit or debit. So as long as your strategy is giving you credit or debit, that's all that matters. So keep at it. Keep making that 10%. Don't switch up. If it's not broke, don't switch. That's all. But yeah, let me BSB music. What up? Appreciate it. But yeah, so let me get back to this analysis. So now we're on the 30 minute. Sorry guys, I kind of got a little distracted with that, but let me get back to this. So for the 30 minute, now we're gonna go to the 15 minute, right? So we kind of do the same exact thing on the 15 minute. Now we just try to find an area of importance on the 15. So if you notice, pretty much everything is still inside of this line respecting, right? Besides maybe this one. This one doesn't have it has a big gap right here. So what I would probably do is maybe move it up to that area or something like that. Exactly. They don't care about what you trade. All they care about is the profits you make. So as long as what you're doing is profitable, stick to it, brother. That's all that matters. But yeah, I appreciate that, David, for joining us though. Like I said, if it doesn't sound like you need any help, you sound like you got it figured out. So keep at it. Don't change up because somebody on YouTube says to. Just keep working at it and you're good, brother. But yeah, so like I said, now I'm on the 15. So what I'm gonna do on the 15 is try to find the best areas for the 15 now. So I could even say something. Idea, say, because like I said, you want this to be a zone too. Maybe even the wick. Let's see what the wick looks like, and then the wick might actually have a little bit more information. Maybe like this. All right, that kind of looks like it. Yeah, that looks kind of good. Because if you notice, this would be like a fake out area, fake out, and then we have the support with that one, and then we have support here, and then we have resistance underneath that, and then we have support, and then we have support. So yeah, so that's what I say, guys, is just you go from the 4 hour, go down, work your way down, but you have to adjust your lines as you go. And you go up here, you could kind of consider those to be the fake out. These up here, fake out. Maybe adjust this one now, because look at, guys, when I went from the 30, look at how it's underneath it, right? And then when you go to the 15, look at how it's above it now. So that's where I would suggest, because on a smaller time frame, if you're expecting a breakout above here, but on the 15 it's actually still underneath it, so that's where you would get caught in a false breakout or something like that, because you were thinking it's above the line, but you go to a smaller time frame, it's still getting rejected on there on a smaller time frame. So you would just adjust it a little bit more. Yes, David, that's exactly true. I failed for 4 years before I found ICT. This takes willpower and dedication. Exactly. That's one of the most important parts of, I believe, trading is not quitting. The only difference between you and somebody else that doesn't make it is that you never gave up and you kept going. The person who gave up, I couldn't do it after a year. Yeah, I've been knowing about trading for at least two years, and I could tell you in this last, or 2.5, almost 3 years, in the last year is when everything finally started making sense and everything just started falling into place. So it's just, like I said, it just takes enough time for you to finally understand it before giving up. You just can't give up before that, because eventually you'll have your break. And like I said, had you given up before you found ICT, you wouldn't be here right now, so as in the place you are. So that's actually a good thing that, like I said, you didn't give up and you just kept going, and that's what's important. But yeah, good job, David. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear that. Like I said, that's what we're all here. Like I said, this is Saturday, the markets are closed, nothing's really happening, but anybody who's here right now is dedicated. They're really trying to get better and stuff like that. So that's what's important. Yeah, I'm not a rookie any longer. Yeah, that's amazing to hear. You're not a rookie any longer. I know exactly. Finally, and like I said, as long as you're making profits, that it doesn't matter if you're making $1 a day, $5 a day, 1,000, a million. Doesn't matter if you're making profits. You're doing something right, because obviously if profits is profits, because like I said, the percentage is gonna stay the same. It's just the amount of money you use at that point. 1% for me is not the same as 1% for somebody who has $1 million account. So that's where I say it's just, if you're able to get the percentage, collect the percentage, and you'll be good. All right, but yeah, this is on the 15 now, so I got that pretty much on the 15. So what I would do now is go to the 5 minute. 5 minutes our last time frame, because that's where we usually take our trades or things like that. So it's going to be important that you need to find zones on the 5 minute that equal up with other things also. This one is a little bit harder. I mean, I can kind of see these areas like this, but let's see. Yeah, this is like a weird range. So yeah, when you see like weird ranges like that, most of the time stick to a higher time frame and use those zones, because like I said, on this 5 minute you're gonna get a lot of breaking through and stuff like that, but it's probably gonna be in ranges that don't really matter anyways. Like, you shouldn't be trading in this little area. Clear traffic. You want this clear traffic, and you want this clear traffic all the way up. You see how there's nothing there, but if you're trading in between here, look at if you're trying to go up, and this is where you're looking for right here, you're trying to make it through there. Look at how many like resistance and stuff there is. Like, let's just, for instance, right here, like, there's a support, resistance, resistance. Like, there's all of these support and resistance areas all in this point. But now, when let's say you clean it all up, and then you trade, like I said, you trade on this area over here. This area, there's no traffic. So if you were to break up here, this is where you would get your big move, because there's no traffic over here. There's all clean traffic, and that's what you want. You want that clean traffic to just mirror over here. So like I said, this is kind of why when you're over here, you're just ranging. It doesn't go nowhere, because in order for it to break up, the break above here, it's gonna have to go through all of these resistance, support, resistance, all these other little choppy areas. Whereas over here, there's nothing, so. But yeah, so that's that for that 5 minute. You just kind of just play around till you find something important. I think that's area is very important. And if you do notice, this line right here that I have here is like, if I put it on the supply and demand area, there's a supply and demand area right here, which is a good sign, because that lets us know that's an important area. We already had our line there, but pulling up the support of the supply and demand zones, it lets you know that this is an important area. But like I said, you can find all these important areas without indicators. Like I said, you just have to understand how to read the markets and how to take the trade. So if you guys noticed, this was the trade I had posted the other day on practicing. That's amazing to hear. You're not okay. Are you back testing? If so, if yes, what software are you using? Yes, I'm gonna start trying to do a simulator right now in a second. I was just showing some people how to do these lines and things like that, but I'm not sure. I gotta look up the website. My friend sent it to me on Discord, so I gotta go. Zion, if you're in the chat still, if you wouldn't mind putting down the what is supply and demand basic BSU. I'm gonna answer that right now. Zion, if you're in the chat still, could you type in the website that the simulator is on, and that way I could or actually Discord, DM me on Discord if you can, the link, or I'll scroll up if I have to, but if you're not here, I'll scroll up. I know it's in the message somewhere, but yeah, if you want to send it to me, I can. I use an old software called forex, but there are better softwares. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's another, I didn't know about that one. So I'll definitely look at that one. I'm gonna take a picture of your comment right now so I don't forget it. And then yeah, I'll definitely look at one of those. But yeah, because this is the thing, Johnson, is that what I'm gonna do is do some back testing to try to figure out this type of move right here. If you guys were following my Instagram, you guys would notice this was the move right here that I've been working on. I think there are 90% chance to go up and a 10% to keep falling. I fear that 10%, well, not fear, but that would make my Friday profits go negative. Exactly, player. This is also one thing though, you can't think. I mean, you can think. What I mean is, don't try to guess. Don't try to say, I want it to go over here. I think it could do this. I think it. Talk more as of, if it does this, it's gonna go to this point. If it does this, it's gonna go to this point. Pretty much meaning like how I'm saying is like, don't just, oh, I hope it's gonna go up here. I hope it's gonna come down here. No, you need to understand, in order for it to go up here, it has to go down first to come up, or it has to go up to come down. Like, you have to ask questions, pretty much create scenarios with what you understand in the market. So you're not guessing or thinking. You're not like, I think it's gonna go up or I think it's gonna go down. You're not gonna be able to trade successfully like that. So the idea is going to be, okay, so I understand, this is how I understand the market, all right? So in order for us to go up past this level, I think it would, so this is my scenario. I would say, if it comes down to this point, I will be looking for buys to come back up to this point. Because in order for us to break this line up here, I believe that this is exactly what would need to happen. So this is a scenario I'll be waiting for. I'm not going to say, I think it's going to go down to this. What I'm going to say is, if it goes down to here, I'm going to take a buy once it comes back up into this range. Or if I believe it's going to come down, I'm going to wait till I see something up here so we could come down like that. So it's like I said, you got to create scenarios, and then the scenarios you create are going to be the ones that, if they play out exactly like you created it, then you should know that's following your plan and stuff like that. So I bought a license for 100 USD and can be activated on 2 computers. I can share it with you. Oh, that's very nice, Johnson. Yeah, we'll need to discuss that. But yeah, I mean, if not, I mean, like I said, I have a few of them for myself too. So, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. We'll see if we could do that. But yeah, so like I said, so guys, player, yeah, reaction to price is better. You're right, exactly. That's what you need to do. You need to react. That's a good way of putting it. You need to react to price instead of just waiting for price to happen and then see if you're right or not. So like I say, if you start seeing it coming down, then you're like, okay, I see this coming down, and I'm looking for a buy once it goes in these certain areas to possibly come up, because you understand that things need to happen in order for it to come up. It could always just run up, always, but what I'm saying is, if you understand the market, majority of the time it has to come down first. And this is where I'm saying is that there's a 3-piece right here that never got filled to go up. So this is why I understand that this move right here is almost only going to go so high, because it needs to clear this line before going up. So that's why I say is like, I understand in order for us to go up, we have to clear these lines first. We have to clear this liquidity. So things like that. Yeah, now you are understanding exactly. That's a good way. That's player. I'm glad you said that, because the fact that you said those words do prove you understand what I mean. What I'm saying right now, you do understand it. So yes, that's good. Like I said, don't guess, don't hope, don't, oh, I wish. No, we react. Oh, I see price going here, I'm gonna get ready. Oh, I see price going here, I'm gonna get ready, type of things, you know. So that's good. Good job, player. That's a good job. Like I said, look at that. And why that happened, just you might have had just a small little breakthrough to understanding how to read price action a little bit better. But why that happened is because you showed up today and we got a little bit better. We got 1% better already. So like I said, let's do another 1% each day. But good job, player. That's a good way of putting it. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, this is why I understand how the 3-piece works. Is that, like I say, this is the 3-piece over here. So in order for us to continue up, like this move happened, this was the move would have had to happen in order for us to continue up. The reason why this wasn't a runner all the way back up like we would have wanted is because it didn't come down here to grab liquidity first before actually pushing up. So that's where I'm saying is that if I start seeing us creeping down here, I'm gonna start looking for a possible buy, because if it goes back up this way, this was the liquidity it needed to grab in order to at least make it back to here. So that's what I'm saying is if we start coming down, if we start closing back up in this range, there's a good chance, especially if a possible three-piece forms again down here, then that's gonna definitely give us that that idea that we gotta continue up. So, but that's what I'm saying, guys, is that's what I believe is important, is understanding that in order for us to get here, we have to do this first. And not saying it can't and then come down like that, but then that's part of the dance. Like I said, you have to react. So when we start coming up here, we might be looking for something possibly to come back down, because we know eventually we do have to come down in order to go up. So that's why it's important that we do all these things like that. But this is what the play I've been working on right here, is this play. So that way we can start, because this was a three-piece that didn't play out. But the thing is this is where our trade would have been at. And this would have been able to collect a 25 pip with literally zero drawdown. So this is the 42 that, if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you guys understand what a 42 is, or you guys been seeing me talk about it. This is the 42. The 42 is this, because what I've been able to, me and my buddy Zion, what we've been able to figure out is that if it doesn't create the three-piece, then this is the fake out for us to come down and finish the three-piece before going down. So what we're working on is being able to catch this move right here, and then also still catching the move that goes down here. So like I said, if we could catch 10 to 15 pips going up, and then eventually we get triggered back in to come back down, then there's a good chance that we'll catch the 10 here and another possible 5 to 10 coming back down. And then, like I said, in a small range, we were able to capture 10 to 20 pips, and we didn't need a whole lot of movement. Because what I'm thinking this is going to be able to do for us is it's going to give us an opportunity to take a trade when the markets are just they're not pumping as hard. Look at, like, this is a good pump, but like I said, it's only a 20 pip move. Well, it's 30 pips. So in order for you to catch 30 pips, you would literally have to catch it from the very bottom and then hold it to the very top, which is very hard to do. So if we're able to figure out, we could catch 10 to 15 on that first good move and a possible 10 to 15 coming back down or something, then we don't need to catch the perfect exit, because we know we could catch another one coming down, because we also understand that it has to come down. Because we know in order for it to continue up, it would have had to break these lows. So eventually, if we want to come up, we're going to have to break these lows. So if we know we could catch this, then we also know that it has to come back down. And then that's what's going to trigger our second entry. So this is what we've been working on, and we got some good stuff in the works. This was the structure test, nor yes. That's why three-piece failed. What do you say? How many pips is a good trade? Wall BSB music. Oh yeah, you had a question earlier. I might have missed. What is supply and demand? Supply and demand is this is one thing too, bro. If you ever have questions and I'm not here, just Google is our friend. So when you type in supply and demand and you put trading, look at what it does. It gives us all these ideas of what supply and demand is. Like I said, I'm learning about supply and demand as I go on. But like I said, how you're able to find it is by practicing it. So how to get the most practices in is look it up on Google, and then look at every single one of these and try to figure out why they put the box there. Look at, why is this box here? Like why is this box here? See, demand zone, and it's like, why is it there and not somewhere else? And that's where I'm saying you have to try to figure out why they put it there and then why they put it there or something. So it's like supply and demand though is, and there's also if you're still new too, which would help BSB, is if you go up here to indicators, you know how you can add indicators on your chart right here at the top. There's a top button right here that says indicators, and then you just type in supply and demand, and then you see all of these indicators. So you just find one that you like or one that people have talked about, and then you just apply it to your chart, and then it actually does it for you. It lets you know where important supply and demands are. Like a demand zone, this one says break of structure. I mean, and then look up here, supply zone. So then what you would do with this information, you don't want to rely on an indicator forever. So what this is, just I have it here just for like if I need to look real quick, boom boom, I don't have to really look. But I also understand how to make the boxes myself, so I could come over here and I could figure out why, you know, I could do something like this. Let's see, and then I'll go over here to the right, and then look, that's exactly, look at the box I made is this exact thing, right? This is the same stuff. Let's see real quick. Yeah, pretty much like just like that. You just find these areas, and then like I said, look at when I use the indicator, look at where the box that shows up. It shows exactly where my box is at. So it's like I also know how to find it myself, but I just also understand that if I need a quick little glance real quick, I know I could put it there. But this is all part of what you need to do. You use this indicator to help you, but you don't want to use the indicator as like you're relying on it. You want to just be able to learn from it. So use the indicator to learn, and then you make it your own, and then you kind of just understand how it works. But like I said, if you need videos, look at what else I do. Supply and demand zones trading. Type that in on YouTube, and you're gonna get all kind of guys that actually know a lot more than me to be able to explain it to you exactly how you need. I mean, there's a lot of videos. You're just gonna have to really find somebody that's easy to understand. I mean, I've been recommended a few people, but like I said, I can't remember the names. I have to see them when I see it, but it's just things like that. You just gotta, like I said, it's gonna take time, BS. And how many pips is a good trade? How many pips is what we would shoot for is possibly like, if this plays out the way we look for, we want like 10 pips at least. So 10 pips is good enough, and then anything extra is obviously on top of that. So our goal is to shoot for probably about 10 pips, which is about this much. And then we leave runners. If you're familiar with what a runner is where, let's say we close 75% of our trade at that point, and then we leave 25% to hopefully hit this runner. Sometimes you're gonna go up, catch your 10%, and then your runners are gonna get stopped out at break even. But that's the idea, is that it's either you close your whole position at 10%, or you let it go, the 25%, like you close partials, and then you let the last bit be runners. So that's where I'm saying, guys, is that if we get a perfect enough entry, that is when we'll be able to hold the trade long enough. So let's say this was the move, right? Let's say we got in right here, and then we went all the way up here, and we brought our stop losses to break even. We left 25 just to stay in there for the possible runner. And then we come down, but we'd never get wicked out because we had such a good entry down here that unless we break that line, I mean, unless we're going down is the only way we're gonna probably break that line right now. So that's what we're saying. If it continues up, then that's where you're in a good trade right there. But this is what I also believe is that there's a reason why I got stuck there, is because it needed to come below. So that's why I say too, is you want to close out your positions and understand that we can find plenty more positions. We don't have to milk the market for every pip. We just need to get what we get and understand there's going to be another trade. There's a million more trades all over the market, a bunch of them. So if you can just gather your 10 to 20 pips, do that 10, 50 times in a row, then you don't really, and then eventually we're going to hit these runners that hit 20, 30, 40, 100 pips possibly. But like I said, we don't bet on hitting 100 pips every single time. That just happens by accident in a sense, because we put ourselves in the right position though. It was almost like we're not expecting every trade to do 100 pips, but like I said, when we prepare and get ourselves in the best position, that's what's gonna allow us to be able to hit that 100 pip move. So, but yeah, that's just kind of my idea. How long have you been trading, Nathan? I've been trading for about I've understood trading for about 2 years, almost 3 years maybe, but really trading, like day trading like this, I've been trading for about a year and a half, almost 2 years probably. But as the I learned from this guy right here. So I've been learning from him every single day for the last year and a half. And then this guy right here, he just knows so much. So if you're new to trading also and you're looking for somebody to really watch every single day, I mean, feel free to watch me, but this is who I learned from. So if you have questions that I can't answer, that guy could definitely answer. But yeah, are there any people here who are serious about learning? Yes, David. Are you trying to sell courses to people, or what are you trying to do? That's why they're here on a Saturday. They're here to learn. And we got questions answering and stuff like that. So like I said, we're all here for a reason. If we're not here to hang around and just waste time. We're definitely here to learn. But if you're trying to sell courses to people, then it's like you're at the wrong place, buddy. All right, but yeah, so like I said, guys, so now that we're on the 5-minute, this is our area that we're pretty much going to be in. So obviously nothing else is happening. So what we would wait for in this possible week is a possible move down before up. Not really, I don't. Okay. Yes, Bupan, yes, I'm listening in order to learn. Exactly. Yeah, if you're commenting too much about nothing, you're probably not listening anyway. You're focusing on comments. So appreciate everybody for watching. And if you guys are listening, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a question right now. And like I said, because I'm pretty much done with the analysis. Yeah, you're welcome, Nathan. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about trading itself, you guys, still learning or whatnot, feel free to ask me. But yeah, this is kind of what I have a setup for. If we were to, look for a possible trade or something like that, we might want to wait for a possible come down into here before we dip back up. So I do think that's what will probably need to happen. But like I said, we're just gonna read price action. So like I said, we got a resistance and we got a support. So, and look at where we're currently at, right in the middle. So that's why I say we're not gonna just jump into a trade because we're right here in the middle. We're gonna wait till either come down. We're either gonna wait for it to come down so we could take the buy from the bottom of the range, or we're gonna wait for a sell to come down. All right, but yeah, let's look at Bitcoin, I guess. If you guys have any questions about gold or anything, feel free to ask. But yeah, we're kind of just gonna look at Bitcoin now. Let's see if we could just look at some price action stuff. Let me find. David, that guy is not. Well, whatever Ted is doing is what Ted is doing. But the thing is he's not connected to him. He learned from him. He used to learn from Roger Banks. He used to learn from Uncle Ted and stuff like that. But he has nothing to do with whatever he does. And the thing is, Johnson, is he does everything on live stream. He doesn't do it behind closed doors. So if you do have questions about it, feel free to join his live streams every morning, Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. in the morning when markets are, well, for him it's like 3 a.m. But technically for me it's 3 a.m. For him it's like 7 in the morning. But anyways, when New York opens, join his stream every single day. The thing is, David, is that you can't lie about trading when you're doing it live. He live streams every single trade. He grew the $100,000 account to 900,000 on live stream. He didn't do it behind closed doors or a demo account. It's a real account. And you can prove it, you can verify it because he shows it on his MT5 every single day. So, like I said, David, and at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own money and your own trading. So, if anybody gets scammed by anybody, that's your own fault. I agree. You can't fake trading live. Exactly. And like I said, David, if you have any doubts or anything like that, feel free to watch his stream every morning. I'll be in the stream, so when you see my name, say hi. But yeah, like I said, guys, that if you can't fake it. You can't fake it live. That's why too, like, I'm starting to go live. If I mess up, it's because, and I'm gonna do it on live. I'm not gonna do it behind people's back or nothing like that. I believe it's gonna, you gotta, if you do it live, you get held accountable, and that's what I need too. I don't wanna I don't want to be doing this in front of you guys and losing every day. You know, that's not my goal. My goal is to be successful in front of you guys. So if I could do it on live, then you know, it just makes it that much easier. But yeah, like I said, David, he learned from Raja Banks, who also does live stream trading. But from what I've even heard, I mean, I don't think Raja's any kind of bad, but they always tell Raja, and he's successful, you only win when you're off stream and stuff like that. But he's on stream every single day too. So it's just like, you know, even a successful person is gonna get backlash and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, guys, this is kind of what we're looking at right now on Bitcoin. So like I said, this is the only market that's moving right now. So what we're gonna kind of do is just look over these areas and try to find, you know, maybe some setups of why we could have gotten in, how we're gonna get better and stuff like that. Do you feel like you still need to watch those lives, or have you mastered it now? Well, technically, David, I'm at that point now where sometimes, because like I said, Donvo, he live streams every day his trades. I don't take every trade he takes, and I take also trades that he doesn't take. So I definitely do it on my own. I trade London also. He trades New York. So, and I also trade Asian, and he only trades New York. So during Asian session, I'm on my own. London, I'm on my own. So I'm still trading during those days, even when he's not around. But like I said, I just enjoy watching it because I'm always trying to learn something. It's like if you learn from ICT and then you just give up from watching him because you feel like you know it all. But in reality, there's still things that he knows that you don't. So eventually he might say something that might, you know, give you an idea or something like that. So my strategy that I came up with was because of what he showed me. So he kind of opened up my mind to other things, so that way my mind could open up to progressing it in a way that I understood it. But yeah, like I said, I don't copy trade them or do anything like that. If he mentions a trade on his live stream, I believe it's a good trade also, because like I said, if I lose, it's my fault. If I win, it's my fault. So it's definitely not you know, I don't put blame on nobody, even if because he's not perfect. He's lost before, but what I'm saying is that if I took that trade and I lost, it's still my fault. You know, I don't blame nobody but myself. That's amazing, brother. Are you doing any challenges or trading? I'm trading personal right now. My goal, because like I said, my goal is to eventually get to a funded, but I was working on getting to a funded, but with that MFF thing that just went on, I kind of slowed my roll a little bit. I wanted to see what happens and things like that. So I'm kind of just taking it easy right now, not doing nothing too crazy, but I do plan on going funded eventually. But like I said, what I'm doing is building my personal account to hopefully even get to a point where I don't even need funded. But it just depends on, you know, if I get into a funded, the goal of funded is to eventually just fund myself. You know, if I'm using a $25,000 account or something, or $50,000 account funded, my goal is to make that same exact money and then just trade it on my personal account, you know, so that way I fund myself eventually. So that way I don't ever have to worry about MFF ever happening to me. If you need to learn something different, you can always hop on a call with me. For sure, David, that sounds good. Well, this is the thing, is this is what I have planned for the future, is definitely start doing voice calls on our Discord. David, if you haven't joined our Discord, I have a Discord, and like I said, there's a live chatting in there. So my goal is, like I said, I'm always open to hearing things, but the thing is like I said, it's not that I don't know anything, it's just I need more repetitions is all it really is. Obviously, the more repetition and experience you have, the better you're gonna get, you know. So it's kind of like, I'm sure you already knew all the ICT stuff, but the only thing you were probably missing was just the experience in a live market, you know. So like I said, that's why I show up every single day. I'm trying to, you know, the more repetitions, the better I get, the more fine tuning I'm able to figure out and stuff like that. But yeah, for sure, David will definitely, like I said, I'm willing to have some calls and stuff like that during live stream so we could talk about it and stuff. Laughter. We do learn from each other, but in the end, time in front of the charts teach more. Exactly, Laughter. Like I said, I could tell you a million things that would help you out, but if you're never applying it in front of a chart, it's hard to, you know, keep that going and stuff. But yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, the ultimate teacher is experience, and that's what always is makes sense. Practice makes perfect. Exactly. That's where I say, guys, is like I said, think about today. We're showing up today on a Saturday while other traders are maybe just sitting around, just hanging around, not getting better, but we might not be where they are either. But this is why we show up today, so we could catch up. We're closing the gap day by day from us and really successful traders. So that's, like I said, that's my goal, is just to help as many people and maybe motivate some people, because like I could say, I'm not saying I'm the best trader, I have all the answers, but the thing is I'm gonna try my best, I'm gonna try my hardest to really figure this out. And I feel like I figured something really important out, and that's just why, like I said, my YouTube was at 100 subscribers less than a month ago. Now I'm almost at 1,000, but it's because I've been teaching people just a few things that I understand and that I figured out that other people never taught me, but I figured it out on my own, and it's been helping a lot of people really understand. So that's kind of the thing. David, I'm actually 32 years old. A lot of people say I sound younger than I am, but I'm 32 years old. That's just why I also have this mindset. It's like I'm a little bit older than the normal younger guy that's probably learning to trade. But like I said, that's why I'm so hungry for it, because like I said, I know my time's running out. I gotta either start now or just don't do it. But you're never too old to learn to trade. But like I said, it's either day one or one day. Oh, we're the same age. Good job, David. That's what's up. We're the same age. How long have you been trading, David? Like I said, I've only been trading for like I said, about less than 3 years, but really focusing on day trading like within a year and a half probably. 32 years also young. I am 25. Help me. Yes, that is true. Like I said, I'm grateful for where I'm at, but I'm also, like I said, I'm a little bit more mature than when I was 25. I wish I was picking up trading back then, but I was so focused on other things that really weren't important. Yeah, I thought you were in the 20s. Yeah, I know. No, I know. Like I said, a lot of people think I sound young. Laughter. How old are you? Old or young, it don't matter. Like I said, what matters is experience. If you failing for around 4 years, proper for a few months. Yeah, that's good, David. That's exactly, like I said, honestly, in the last 6 months is when my trading has all changed. It finally started clicking, and that's why I started going so hard recently, is because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I finally got over that break-even hump, and I'm confident that I could stay away from that break-even hump. I'm 41. Good job. Hey, Bupan, 41's not old either. Because like I said, just be grateful that you're learning now instead of, later on. And you're definitely good. I've been trading since 91. Oh, laughed it. So that's what year I was born. So I'm assuming, Laughter, how's trading been going if you've been trading since that long? Has it been good for you? Like I said, it really just takes dedication, honestly. You just got to dedicate yourself. Really focus on just trying to learn. And the thing is I actually teach people who are not very young and have been failing for years and still not giving up, but who are not profitable. That's good, David. That's, like I said, that's what I'm also doing too. Anything I was able to learn from Don Vo, I'm sharing it also, because he shared it with me for free. He says, if you can't pay for a course, just show up for my live streams and you guys could learn that way. So at one point I had no money, so I couldn't buy the courses. So what did I do? Showed up every single day. And now that I'm profitable and I don't need his courses, I'm still going to buy his course just to support, pretty much. It's like, that's how it kind of worked. He showed me for free, and eventually, now that I can afford it, I'm going to buy it just to show support, Donna, hi, I'm 58. That's okay, Donna. Like I said, it's all good. We're all here to learn and get better. If you guys have questions about trading, feel free. And Donna, trading is a beautiful thing. It's gonna really test yourself. It's gonna improve the way of thinking, I believe, because you really got to be strong-minded. Trading really makes you take accountability, because when you lose, you have to be okay with, I'm the reason why I lost. I'm the reason why I won, So, like I said, we're all here to learn and get better day by day. But like I said, we have to go now. We have to start now. We can't wait. It's either one day or day one. And this is how it is. We got to go now. I had an eye on trading at 32, but was binary option. Luckily, I gave it up. And this back then was looking for forex, but 5K of course. 5K of course. Yes, was too much. Started trading this year, looking to be profitable. Oh, nice, Bupon. That's nice. I have turned a few friends of mine into profitable traders in less than a year. That's good, David. You're offering value to your friends around you and improving their life, man. They're going to be grateful for you. That's hopefully one day I could do for a lot of my subscribers and stuff, is just to hopefully teach them. Like I said, my goal is not to make everybody trade like me. My goal is to teach you what I know. That way you could figure out your own type of strategy, your own type of way of thinking and stuff like that. Because like I said, I don't want you guys just to follow trade pretty much everything, you know. So it's really just about me teaching you how to think about it, so that way you could go about it and think of the markets in your own way. So it's definitely just more eye-opening, I believe, because like I said, I at one point I didn't know nothing, and now I know a little bit more. So it's just at one point, you know, somebody's gonna come around not knowing what I know, and I could just share it, and we could speed up the process of, you know, getting better and stuff like that. Whose course is 5K? I know that is a lot. Yeah, and like I said, guys, you guys don't even have to pay for 5K. You better be getting personal mentorship like I offer. Exactly, that is true. All right, but yeah, so like I said, guys, this is what we're looking for right now. This is on Bitcoin, by the way. Like I said, we're just looking for so this is what I kind of do looking at this, okay? So what I was able to really understand, guys, is look, this is what I've been able to figure out, or I've been thinking about, okay? So look, if you guys see this is on the 1 hour. You close it, if you circle this 1 hour candles, this fake out, this is the fake out. Then you go down somewhere to the 30 is still a fake out. 15, it's almost like this is the formation of the 3-piece, but it never played out, right? So that's what I've been noticing, is that inside of the fake outs is where like usually a 3-piece is forming, because a 3-piece is pretty much the motion inside of the fake out. So like I said, look, you circle this, you go all the way down to the 5 minute. Everything inside of that circle is probably going to be the motion or what's causing the fake out. So you have to be able to read it. Where's this at? Right here. So like this is that fake out area that we're looking at, right? And this is where, like I said, this is the 3-piece type of formation, but it obviously didn't continue, right? So what we would have had taken was our 42 down this way. We would have taken the 42 trade down to here for about hopefully 10 or 15 pips or something. So what I've been noticing is that the 42 happens inside of the fake outs. So like, obviously we don't know if fake out is coming, but if you could kind of see that this is what's forming, that's how you know it's a fake out, because inside of it will most likely be a 3-piece or the 42 happening in there. So look, this is the circle, right? Let's see what we see inside of here. Pretty much the same thing of 42, the fake out. That's where I say this is where we're going to be able to hopefully be able to identify that we're going to be able to hopefully identify these moves. If we could catch these moves right here, this is what we're going to, you know, what we want type of stuff. We need to be able to identify these moves, even down here, these type of things. This is on a 5 minute, so the fake out on a 5 minute is a little bit different. I haven't really figured that one out, but let's see. That is true. That is true, David. That is actually one of the things too that I do believe is very helpful for learning and stuff, is just the fact that, you know, if we offer these live streams, it's what I'm already doing anyways. I'm already on the chart. So what, you know, what hurt would it do just to show people what I'm doing, you know? And like I said, if we're all just learning together, we could only get better. Tomorrow also, will you be live streaming? Yes, help me. I will be live streaming for Asian and London tomorrow, because Wix 9 doesn't trade on live tomorrow. So hopefully I might just fill in and I'll take over that Asian session for tomorrow, and, you know, maybe get the stream. Hopefully let's get the stream a win. That's my goal, is to get a win. This is why I'm preparing now, guys. I'm working right now. I'm working. Look, guys, this is a 42 right here. 42 right here. 42. Why? Because on the fourth candle is where we take our trade. This is where our trade will be at. This is how I identify the 42. So this would be our trade. This is the 3-piece that never played out. Never played out to come down. Why? Because it closed inside of still. Now, I'm still, like I said, guys, I'm not going to really explain too much, but this is our idea of why if I take a trade that's not a 3-piece, it's this. Because look, you guys got a special for Saturday's treatment. I'm going to show you guys those live streams change the industry a bit in the good way. Yes, it definitely is giving more people the opportunity to become successful. Because like I said, at one point, this is also the thing too, guys, is that, like I said, I don't know everything, but the thing is I also spent a lot of time in front of these charts, so you guys don't have to. So just imagine if you guys start off where I'm at. I've already put in the long hours of understanding of some of these charts, so I could pass this information on for you. Now you got to spend more time to improve on what I told you, you know. So now I'm learning. No thanks. I learned a lot these last two. No need for a course. Yeah, exactly, Bupan. No need for a course. There's enough information out there for you to learn. But the most important is sitting on stream or sitting in front of the charts. Now I'm learning to stick to my plan and adding some new setups or tweaking a bit. Exactly, Bupan. That's what's key. Is you have to understand. Like I said, every strategy works, guys. There's not a strategy out there that doesn't work. The only ones that don't work are when you don't follow your plan. Like I said, every strategy works. RSI, indicators, all this stuff it all works. But the thing is, though, it's about applying it. If you can't apply it successfully, it don't matter. And like I said, one of the biggest factors, 90% of it is psychology. The other 10% is your strategy. So if your strategy is working, you're gonna always hit, but you have to follow your strategy. It's when you guys get a little uncomfortable and stuff like that. But let me explain this 42, guys. I'm actually gonna have to get going in a little bit. I have some stuff I have to go do. I have to go visit my parents and stuff like that. They're already calling me and stuff. So like I said, you know how that is. I gotta make sure I visit them, and I gotta have, you know, my problem is I dedicate too much of my life, so my parents always try to give me a call to say, hey man, get off the charts, you need to spend some interact, and I need to interact with people. I spend too much time on these charts that I put myself into like a little room all day, and I just avoid everybody. But it's just because I'm trying to learn and stuff. Yes, and after one trader I know was mentored for 1 year, lived with mentor 8 years, later became profitable. Dang, that's pretty good. That's a good. Hey guys, what if this, guys, future idea. Remember I said this. I'm gonna start a TV show where I invite a few traders, and I either mentor them or we have them compete for you know, just to show whose strategy maybe is more profitable. That'll be in the future, coming soon. Don't say I never told you guys. The difference of success, how hungry you are and how bad you want it. If you spend 5 hours a day in charts, of course you will be successful in 3 to 5 years. And that's true, no name. Because the thing is even if you're spending all day, every day on charts, it's still going to take a few years to finally master it. But the thing is, though, it's either going to take a few years or a lot of years, because you need 10,000 hours in front of these charts. You got to, like I said, my friend was telling me about being a barber. And in order to cut hair and be a barber, you have to spend 1,000 hours getting your license cutting hair, pretty much. So in order for you to get your license to even become a barber, you got to spend 1,000 hours cutting hair. So just imagine if you, like with trading, you have to spend at least 1,000 hours before you even become maybe even understanding of what you're supposed to do. And then anything after that 1,000 hours is just, benefit for your strategy. Yes. Spanish, laughter. I don't speak Spanish, but my parents speak Spanish. I read a question on Discord that asks what Don uses for his candle drawing tools, and I could not find the question anymore. What does he use? Donna, I believe he uses Zoom calls, because on Zoom it allows him to like do the drawings and stuff. And the thing is, because he uses a streaming platform, which is this stuff called OBS. Like I'll show you guys. I use this streaming platform. It's called OBS. This is the streaming platform right here. So on this platform, it pretty much just records the screen for you, whatever screen you have up. So this is my screen that I have up right now. But what I would do, eventually, obviously in the future, is I would be showing the Zoom call right here. So when the Zoom call is live, it's just pretty much live streaming my Zoom call in a sense, which will be all of this, all of this stuff. And then that's when I'll be able to draw on the screen like how he does and stuff like that. But I know I use this highlighter. It's a little ugly and stuff, but I'm working on it. Eventually, like I said, when I start the Zoom calls and stuff like that, I do plan on, making it look a little bit nicer and being able to explain it. And like I said, when I do, I'm gonna be making a 3-piece video explaining a lot of this stuff. So when I have the video done, I do plan on using like legit candles and not just, this kind of stuff. So I do want to explain it a little bit better and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll be making a video real soon. I'm probably gonna be making like 3 to 5 videos on it, like a little small course type of thing of just explaining the idea of what it is and what to look for and stuff. Exactly, no name. I spent 8 hours a day for 2 years straight and I still wasn't profit. Exactly, Johnson. I feel like that sometimes too. I would spend so much time and it wasn't worth it, and then finally, now it all makes sense. It's so much worth it. You just got to get over that little hump. You got to get over that little hump of just like there's going to be a time when you're looking at the charts and you're like, what am I even doing here? But then there's going to be a time it finally hits and you're like, dang, I can't live without looking at these charts. And that's when you know you're on the right track. Once you fall in love with it and you can't get away from the charts, you're on the right track. Oh, it's good your way. I know. I like the little candles too, because it actually kind of helps out, because like for people, because obviously sometimes I stream for a long time. So what happens is when I'm streaming for a long time and somebody asks me a question like, hey, where were you explaining it at? I just tell them, look for the yellow drawings. When you're fast forwarding through my videos, look for the yellow drawings, and then you'll know that's where I'm explaining something. Because if I'm using the yellow drawings, I'm explaining something. And if I'm not drawing anything like right now, then we're probably just answering questions or something like that. But yeah, that's where I say use that as a point to try to find where I'm explaining things. Funny you mentioned after 6 months of hospital x-ray training, I was super confident. That was around 1,000 hours. The rest of the training was a piece of cake. Exactly, Laughter. That's what I mean. See, that's what I say, guys, too, and girls, is that remember, when people become doctors, when people become lawyers, they're spending 8 years in school, 10 years in school, 4 years to graduate college. So understand, when you become a trader, it's just like you're joining college. Like you got to go 2 to 4 years just to get, to your actual job. So that's why I say, and it's also depending on how much time you put in those 2 to 4 years is how fast it's going to be till you get to that point, So damn, bro has no chill. I know, champ, you feel me? We're here every day, bro. I'm hooked on the charts. Good job, Upan. And that's where I say, and like I said, every day you look at the charts. This is how I analyze it. Like I say, look at this point, where would you want to take a trade? You would want to trade here. You would want to trade here, maybe going up. You want one here going down. You want one here going down, one here going up, one here going down. So what I do is now I go into this area where this trade I would want, and then I just study why does it go up? Why does it go down? And then you have to try to figure out why that happens. Then you go over here, do the same thing. Why does it go down? Why does it go down right here? Why does it go down? And that's where I say you have to look at it objectively. You can't just think, oh, it goes up here because it hits this line, it does this, it does that. It's like, no, you have to kind of try to understand the patterns that are forming, where liquidity is at. You know, let's say liquidity is over here. You know, when we hit this line, we should be looking for a sell, but you wouldn't be looking for a sell right here because liquidity is not in this area. So that, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of things you have to think about at once. But like I said, that's why when you're looking at the charts all day, you have to try to figure out, why would you want, I mean, why would you take a trade here? What will give you the information to take a trade here and not take a trade possibly somewhere over here? You know, so that's kind of my idea about that too. It's just like, it's really just trying to figure it out. Oh, I love becoming a trader. Yes, Donna, it's a beautiful thing. And the thing is it's made me so much happier, because I believe that it's really made me a better person, because, you know, I really became accountable. I used to blame everything but myself. And then when trading happened, it finally gave me the reason of like, okay, this is why you're not successful, because you're doing something wrong. You know, you're not successful because you're doing it, you're not following your plan. And it was always, the answers always came back to me. So once I started realizing it was my fault, and if I want to get better, it's going to be my fault. You just have to understand it's you. You know, if you're successful, it's because of you. If you're failed, it's because of you also. And it sucks to think it that way, but like I said, if you don't like the feeling of failure, then it's going to take these long days and long nights of getting better. Thinking of trading, becoming a trader, trading every day makes my life more interesting. Yes, Laughter, I always tell myself, I am a trader. I am a successful trader. I am going to be or I don't want to say future. I say it as that I already am. I am a trader. I am successful. I always tell myself, I am. Because I believe it. If I say I think I'm gonna be a trader, I hope I'm a trader. You can't live off of hope. Hope don't pay the bills, you know? So you have to know, I am going to be a successful trader. I am a successful trader. I am going to be good. I am going to learn how to trade. I am going to, like, you have to just accept it. And like I say, that's why I always tell myself, I am going to be disciplined. I'm not going to hope I'm disciplined. I am going to be disciplined. 42 is still work in progress by my understanding. Yes, it's still work in progress. We're working on a few things of trying to tweak it out a little bit. But the idea is still, we got the right idea. Because look, this is a 42 right here. This is a 42 that went up. This is a 42 that went up. This is a 42 that went up. So out of all of these, this is a 42 that went up too. So this is what I'm saying, is that none of these were three pieces. The three pieces were probably the ones coming down, to be honest. But what I'm saying though is that we would miss moves like this because we're expecting the three piece, you know, to go down first and then up. So instead of, and then look at this one just went up. So what I've been working on is figuring out the 42, so that way we could still catch these moves, because the indicator is still the first two candles, like the three piece. Like I said, like these two candles right here is the three piece that we're looking for, right? It's inside of the first candle, but this one never broke either up or down to confirm. So since this one closed right there, our entry would have been here and we would have hopefully taken this trade up. But this is what we're working on, is understanding where we are in the market also. Because look, if this one is a 42, look at how much room before it gets stopped. Whereas the 42 down here goes all the way to the top. But look at where we are in the market. This one's in the middle, and then this one's at the bottom. So that's why I say it's also important knowing where you are in the market, which ones you should be taking and which ones not. And also making sure you're bringing your stop losses to break even and into profit as soon as possible, just in case, you know. But this is why the thing is the 42 is going to be a little bit faster entry and exit. We're not going to sit there a lot of times and, you know, wait for things to move. It's like we got to take what we get, and if it allows us to catch the runner, then we catch it. But if not, we just got to take what we take. You know, we can't try to over trade and stuff like that. What do you think about The Matrix? The Matrix is like the movie, or the actual Matrix in the world. Matrix movie, sci-fi. Yeah, I think it's real. Like, to see some underrated things happen No Name, It's a weird world. We definitely don't know everything that's going on, and we definitely don't know a whole lot more stuff. Because just imagine, we don't really know about trading. We only know so much. But is trading really like? Trading's not even the real like. It's not what makes the world go round. Because if trading was eliminated, the world will still have to eat food. The world will still have to survive. So it's just like. It's weird. It's a weird thing. One question, look at this question, guys, is who took care of the first baby ever? Like the first human baby, who took care of the very first human baby? Or how does that work? You know, like it's like the chicken or the egg question. That's what I always like to think about. I was like, you know, who took care of the first baby chicken? Or who, you know, that's one of those things. It's weird of like, where does it all come from? And even if it's evolution or whatever, but then who took care of that first baby? Like, it's always weird of like, I don't know. It's a weird world we live in. Everyone has their own opinion. Yeah, that's true. Laughter. Everyone has their own. There's a lot of strange things going on now. I used to hang with people that used to levitate, become invisible, go through walls. Left that group, not normal. Laughter. I've never seen that with my own eyes. So it's like they say, I could believe in aliens, but I've never seen one with my own eyes either. So is it really real? But I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of things I've never seen. So I would imagine there's things I don't know about. But yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. But like I said, what are we gonna do about it? We're not gonna be able to change it. It is what it is already. The rules are pretty much already out there for everybody. So now it's either play by the rules and get rich, or don't play by the rules and possibly, you know, go to jail or something or whatever it is. But what I say is just, you know, the rules are made. We just gotta follow them and, you know, become successful. Because to be honest, if you're really successful and rich, like, what are you really worrying about? Because I mean, the only things that people really worry about is, you know, food, shelter. But if you got all that figured out already, what else is there really to stress about? So like I said, life is what you make it. It's positive and negative, but just be happy, be grateful. One thing I heard, guys, and ladies, this is one thing I heard. Like one thing that I heard, okay, if I were to offer you $1 million, you would take it. But if I told you, if I give you that $1 million, but you won't wake up tomorrow, you'll be like, nah, I don't want that $1 million. So just waking up is worth more than the $1 million. So every morning you wake up, be grateful because you got another chance. And that's why every morning I wake up, I'm like, all right, I'm happy. Let's get back to these charts because I know I have another chance. You know, sometimes some people don't get that second or another chance tomorrow. So that's why just be grateful for where we're at and be grateful that we have the ability to improve. Because there's people out there that don't have the access we have to the internet or anything like that. So we got to use it to our advantage. You know, don't be ungrateful. Be grateful that we got everything we need and we got a roof over our head and we got food in our stomachs. We got water to drink and we got family, and that's it. That's all we could do. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be getting off right now. I gotta get going already. It's already 1 o'clock, so I'm not sure how long I've been on for, but maybe about 2 hours or so. Exactly, Bupon. You need to know the rules of the game and you take part of it. Exactly. We still have breath, thank God. Exactly. No, it's okay. Exactly. That's what I say, guys, is that, like I said, be grateful for what the fact that we got another chance is a lovely feeling. Be grateful for that chance because a lot of people don't get that chance. So make the best of it, guys, okay? And you guys have a good Saturday. I might try to get on later tonight when I get back home, but it might be a little late. But I will be on stream for sure tomorrow. For sure tomorrow for Asian and London. We're gonna really lock in for London. We're gonna really lock in for this Asian session and London tomorrow. So you guys be ready for that. And like I said, every day we get better. Every day we get better. So I'll see you guys, if not later tonight, for sure tomorrow. All right. Have a good rest of your guys' weekend and enjoy. When the game change or you change the game, learn the new rules. Exactly. See you guys. I'll see you guys soon. And message me if you guys have any questions on Instagram or Discord. All right. I'll see you guys. Peace.